Hello, welcome back to my channel. I thought this week I would show you my tanning routine, kind of what I do to maintain my tan, what products I use, what my process is to keep my tan up. So yeah, if you want to see my tanning routine, then please keep watching and enjoy. We're back in my bathroom. Don't worry, I'm not going to be here for 24 hours again. So basically, obviously the first step you want to do is get rid of like your old tan, because obviously you want to get rid of any dead skin. You want it to apply as smooth as possible, so the best way to do that is obviously get rid of any old layers that you've got on. So to do that, first of all, I like to have a little shave. I wasn't blessed with like a hairless body, so we've all got a shave. So I do that when I'm in the shower. And then I take an exfoliating mitt. This one is from Tropez, and you just literally like put it on like this. Obviously it'll be wet because you're in the shower. And then I take a really like moisturising, what's it called, like shower gel. And I obviously put this on the mitt, and then I use that and I scrub the old layer of tan off. I think it's pretty straightforward. You just use an exfoliating mitt to scrub off the old layer, and then it means you've got really like fresh skin ready to apply your new layer of fake tan. So yeah, that's what I do first. So now I'm obviously like out of the shower. I've fully exfoliated, so you can see my skin is a lot lighter. In terms of exfoliating and how often I do it, I tend to do it like once a week, usually on a Sunday. It depends on like how much I've tanned that week, but if I've had a really like intense week of tanning, I sometimes do have to exfoliate twice a week, because it does start to go like that tiger bread sort of consistency. My general routine is I do tend to do it once a week, but yeah, sometimes I do have to do it more often. It just depends how my tan's been that week. But this week has been quite a good week. Like, I haven't really gone overboard with the tan, so it's quite easy for me to kind of scrub it off. But some weeks, yeah, that it's more difficult than others, in terms of if I put on like loads of layers, or I've done like a weird concoction of like different tans, then yeah, it might be a bit more difficult to scrub off, and I might have to have like 2 exfoliating sessions before I can even tan again. It kind of just varies week on week, and if you're new to tanning, you kind of get used to it, and you can kind of look at your tan and tell like, oh, I really need to exfoliate, or oh, I could probably need this another day, like, and then start my tan again. So yeah, I try and do it like once a week, but sometimes it might be a bit more. Next up is the actual tanning itself. So one thing I wanted to say is, obviously I haven't had to wash my hair today, but if you do need to wash your hair, always dry it before you tan, because obviously if you're tanning and then drying your hair, it can, obviously the wet hair can get on your skin, and then you can get these weird like drip marks, and it can affect your tan. And also if you're tanning your face, which I will be doing, and if you're like, say you need to pluck your eyebrows, or you need to like clean your lashes or whatever, always do that as well before you put any tan on your face, because it will affect how the tan comes out when you wash it off. They're just like a few little tips pre putting on your tan. Recently I have been using the Bondi Sands, their new Aero tan, which I did say in another video that I wanted to try it out, so I have been. What I'd say about this is it's a really lovely consistency. It's very lightweight. I do like the colour. It's probably a similar shade to their dark. It's nothing too intense in terms of the shade, but it is a lovely colour, and yes, it does dry quickly, it does feel hydrating, and yes, it has a coconut scent. So it does all the things it says on the bottle, and I haven't been disappointed with it. It applies really nicely. I tend to do 2 layers of this, and I do normally sleep in my tan overnight rather than keep it on for like the recommended 1 to 3 hours, and I'll wash it off the next morning. So yeah, I have really enjoyed using this tan, but I am going to talk through the other Bondi Sands products that I've used in the past, what ones I tend to pick up when, and how I use products differently. So I'm going to explain that in the next section of the video. For now, I'm just going to apply this and show you like kind of the colour it comes up, and how I apply it to my face. I put it on my body. I use this tanning mitt from I think this is from Bondi Sands, but you'll just want to get yourself a tanning mitt. This one's actually really good because you can put it in the wash and use it again and again, whereas sometimes those ones that are quite cheap, as soon as you use it a few times, you could just have to throw them away and get a new one. But where this one is quite thick and a nice material, this could go in the wash to clean it and then use it like again and again. So this is a very good investment. So we've got our tanning mitt, we've got our tan. Comes out really nicely. So as you can see, the colour is really nice golden colour. I'm just going to put this over. This is kind of like the initial colour you get, which is really nice. Did you see how quickly that kind of takes to the skin and like works in? It's really, really easy to use. So yeah, I'm going to do the rest of my body 2 layers and then I'll show you how I apply it to my face as well. I've now applied the tan all over my body, and as you can see, it's given me like a really nice golden colour. A few tips when applying your tan, like make sure you get like in all the areas, so like in between your fingers, like on your back. I tend to like look in the mirror when I'm doing it and like turn and just make sure like I've covered all the areas. Don't worry about this because we're going to sort that out. So as I said, I do tend to just sleep in it overnight because it's just easier. It obviously does transfer onto bed sheets, like I cannot lie, which is kind of annoying, but obviously you can just wash your sheets. If you've got like the whole day to just be indoors, then obviously do it in the morning and just keep it on all day, and just wear like baggy clothes is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put on like some baggy comfy clothes and let this kind of just develop into my skin and give me a lovely golden colour. So how I apply it to my face, a major like no, what I've learned from doing this since I was young is do not apply it with the mitt to your face, like, because you're not going to be able to blend it in properly. Like when you do it on your body, you can really like work it into the skin and like feel it, but on your face it just does not work. So how I apply it is with this, I actually use this brush from, this came with a Glam Glow pot that I got, but anything like this or like a kabuki brush will be really good because you can really like work the tan into the skin. And honestly, with putting tan on your face, I know it doesn't work for everyone and you might want to get like a specific tan that is for your face, but my skin's all like is all right when I put tan on my face, like, so I haven't really had any issues when doing that, but I know it's not for everyone, which is fine. I literally just take like a little bit, put it on my brush and just work it into my face. I do like putting it on my face just because it makes it more even. It kind of makes it look more natural if you're not like wearing makeup, or if you've got to like, say like I go to the gym, so I don't want my face to be like super pale compared to the rest of my body, like when I'm not wearing my makeup. So yeah, I do like to put a layer on my face. Yeah, I just put a bit on this brush and then I really just work it into my skin. I literally just put like a little bit, and then it also means that I work it down my neck and that this is all like blended in nicely and there's not like a harsh line. It kind of all blends into one. See, it's blended in quite easily. And just make sure it's all nice and connected to your neck. And obviously once you've done this, you want to clean this brush straight away because you don't want there to be any old tan on it when you come to use it next time. And now I'm all like one consistent colour. Love that. While my tan is kind of developing, I thought I would talk about some of the other products I like to use from Bondi Sands, how I use them, when I use them. So yeah, once I tan and it's all rinsed off, I use the Gradual tanning milk. I use this like every day. I tend to put it on in the mornings once I've had my shower, and then it kind of just helps keep the tan like maintained throughout the week. Obviously I might put on extra layers depending on how dark I want to be that week, kind of like what I'm doing, but yeah, I pretty much use this every day because obviously you want to keep your skin hydrated when you're tanning because that kind of prevents it from going like a bit like patchy. So yeah, I would really recommend using this in conjunction with whatever tan you're using. It's really, really good and I kind of like live by this. So every morning I will put this on and it smells really nice. Like I really, really like the smell of the Bondi Sands products. Like I know the smell of fake tan isn't for everyone, but their products smell really, really nice. So yeah, I always use this. And then in terms of if I am going on like a night out and I want to be super dark, the night before, so I'm going out on a Saturday or whatever, on the Friday night I will put on a layer of their liquid gold, which I spoke about again quite recently, and this is really lovely for putting over your tan if you want to be like super dark and really like golden. I wouldn't use this by itself. I would put this over whatever tan I've got on that week. It's not an essential, but this can really add to your tan. This feels like a really light layer, and it's not like you couldn't build, it's not very buildable, whereas the other tans are thick and you can really feel like you've got tan on. So this is more just like a tan topper, I'd call it, if that's a thing. But yeah, this is kind of like an add-on if you want like a bit of a golden glow to your tan. Got their classic tans in dark and ultra dark. So I obviously, when I first started tanning, I obviously used their light to medium, but it's kind of like if you're really, really light, and you just want a bit of a colour, or if you're new to tanning and you don't want to go in like too like wild, yeah, I'd recommend their light to medium, but I obviously don't have it because I don't use it anymore. I haven't used it for years. I use dark for like, if I'm not going anywhere that week and I don't really want to be like extra dark, I will use dark, or the new Aero tan is perfect. So dark is for like if you just want to look a really nice tan. Ultra dark is like, wow, you kind of have to be a bit careful with this. Like I've had occasions where I probably have gone a bit too overboard with the ultra dark, but it's really good in terms of you need like literally like 1 or 2 layers of this for the whole week and you're kind of sorted in terms of colour. And it's good like for like, again, if you're going on a night out and you want to be super dark, I'd recommend ultra dark, but I would be quite careful with it and I wouldn't leave it on too long because it can go a bit greeny. So yeah, ultra dark is like your ultimate like dark tan if you want to be super dark. Obviously the Aero tan is what I've been using recently as like my everyday tan. So yeah, they're kind of all the Bondi Sands products that I've used that I love. I'm gonna let this tan develop for a couple of hours and then I'll rinse it off, show you the final colour. That's kind of like my tanning routine. It's pretty straightforward, it's not too difficult, you kind of get used to it, you can adapt it to what you want to do, and it's really like personal preference, but obviously I like being really tan, so this is kind of what I do to stay tanned. But yeah, so yeah, that is my routine. That's kind of like what I do week on week. It's pretty straightforward, but if you do have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram, whatever. Yeah, that's kind of the end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I'm sure I will see you soon with another one. Bye.